Hello, mystical light beings, and welcome to Lena Mystic, where we embrace our spiritual awakenings by identifying our personal power and authentic selves. I'm here to help you to decode spiritual signs and synchronicities so that you can get on your authentic path to purpose. Today's video is about angel number 1010, which you can actually find this full article or blog post on my website, lenamysticoracle.com, written by me. I hope that you truly enjoy it. And if you want more of an in-depth understanding of what this number means, you definitely want to read that full article. However, I'm gonna kind of give you a short version or an easier version to understand if you don't like to read, and we'll see how that goes. So angel number 1010, let's see what it means. I want to start by saying, when you see this number, angel number 1010, it shows up at a very specific point in your journey and only for specific people as well. It doesn't show up just for anyone. This is a very unique number to see, a very specific number to see. So when you see it, it's reaching out to you. It's saying, hey, notice me. Look, hey, weird number over here. That's what it's saying. It's saying, find out what I mean, get the message so that you can work directly with the divine. In fact, this number is saying that the divine specifically in source is specifically reaching out to you to give you a message from your angels or from the divine or from the universe overall. It's a sure reminder that you should keep progressing on this journey that you're on in life, and that you should keep pushing forward and not give up. This number also symbolizes that you've gone through plenty of struggles, but you've also come out on top from many of them as well. So do not give up on yourself. This is a sure sign to not give up and keep pushing forward. So the first sign that I want to go into is that this angel number shows up to let you know that you should have faith in your journey and that you should continue to progress or continue to try to progress on it, because you will reap the rewards. Not really in the end, but throughout the journey, okay? Because journeys never really end. It's just like this constant journey. Life is a constant journey, so you're not gonna reach an ending. In fact, every ending is a beginning, so it's just one huge cycle. During these difficult times, you are being asked to have faith in the divine. Let's say that you're running out of money. And you're doing everything that you possibly can do, or maybe you're missing out on a few things. Keep the faith that you are abundant and that the universe is abundant, so that abundance will follow through and come to you, and have faith that the divine is teaching you a lesson, in fact, because each of these struggles that we go through, they're lessons. They're lessons for that season or for our life or even for our karmic. It's like a karmic life lesson, one that we go through each life that we come here, if you believe in reincarnation. So the biggest thing that you can do at this time when you see angel number 1010 is try to figure out what lesson you think that the divine is teaching you. What is source trying to lead you to knowing? What knowledge can you gain from these experiences? I think that sometimes we think that these difficult seasons in our life are to break us down. And sometimes that is the case, because we have so much pride and we need to be brought down so that we can trust the divine again and work with the divine and source. But it is more so to teach us a lesson and to help us level up in life, because sometimes we think that we know everything because we got into a certain point in our life. Maybe we're happy at that point, but then things start to shift, and it's because we're not one with source anymore. We're not connecting. We're not praying anymore. We're not practicing mindfulness anymore. We kind of got comfortable, and the divine is like, hey, you're losing the connection, but this is what got you there in the first place. So don't lose that connection. Keep working on that connection and have faith. And faith comes through prayer sometimes. Faith comes through working with source. And when these difficult times arise, some of us, we truly do lose faith and trust, and it's because we're only just trusting in ourselves. We're thinking it's just us, but it's us and source working together. And the most important thing that you want to keep in mind is that fear will keep you from doing a lot of things, but fear literally turns into bravery the moment that you choose to fight for the things that you desire in life. So remember that, and remember the times that, and recall the times that you were going through a struggle in life, and then you fought through it anyway. You overcame fear, and fear turned into bravery. Think about those times when you're going through something rough, because that is what's going to help you get through. Speaking of faith, it is so important to believe in yourself and trust in yourself, knowing that you are capable of any and all things, especially because you've been through things before in your life. Especially if you're seeing angel number 1010, this number says that you have been through things. If you see the angel number 1010, it's kind of like a reflection of the 10, and that is a reflection of who you were and who you're becoming as well. And it's a cycle with this 0, it's a cycle that you're going through. And then 1 is screaming, hey, new things are coming into your life. There's new beginnings arising in your life. So make sure that you're keeping these lessons that you learned before in these previous cycles and using them for this current cycle that you're in and the cycles that are after as well. We oftentimes think that things are impossible, but if you look at the word impossible, it even believes that it's possible by saying I'm possible. So if you think more from that aspect, that even the most impossible things are possible, then you will not limit your faith. You will not limit yourself and what you believe is possible in life. A really exciting thing about angel number 1010 is that it for sure tells you that your prayers are being answered, that the prayers that you've been putting into the universe, into source, the divine, are starting to come into fruition, and the universe is working in your favor. But it's so important with 2 1s in there. You have to believe that things are possible. You have to be very positive when it comes to things as well, and just see things from a new perspective and a new light, because 1 is everything about 1 is so new and it's the beginning. So you have to have an open mindset for these blessings to come into your life. So angel number 1010 reminds you that you are not alone in this journey, and that there are plenty of people, entities, energies that are willing to help you. This universe is so infinite that you have to stop believing that it's you against everyone, because if you think that, you're not gonna get through it. There is no way that you could get through all of that by yourself. Know that you have your spirit guides, you have your angels, you have those of light, you have source. You literally have source, which is all things behind you, backing you up. So remember that, and you don't have to feel like it's just you against everything. And I know that prior experiences may have shown you that people cannot be held accountable, or that people don't always come through, but this is a time when you see angel number 1010 to work through that and begin forgiveness, and forgive even yourself for the moments that you felt lonely or down or weak, and start saying, I went through that, but I'm gone through it now. Like, I've gone through it now. I'm on the other side of it. I have strength to overcome anything. Believe in yourself. But once again, while we're saying believe in yourself, sometimes give a little bit more to other people and believe that they're capable of helping you, especially when it comes to source. A lot of us don't want to always go to source and be praying and always asking for something, but I don't want to say that's the only reason why source is here, but that is a reason why source is here. It's okay to ask for help, especially before you sink. You don't want to ask for help when you're already drowning, okay? You want to ask for help prior and beforehand, and you will see that your prayers are beginning to be answered. The next thing that you must realize when you see angel number 1010 is that everything is done in divine timing. Everything is done for a reason, and there is a season for everything. So if you're going through a sad period in your life right now, know that there will be light, and that you can choose to enter that light when you're ready. And it could be a little difficult to find light in things, but you definitely can choose and say, I am ready to find light in things, and start seeing the more positive aspects of what's going on in your life and seeing what those things are teaching you. I think that one of the most important things is to kind of see if there's a reoccurring lesson in your life, and if you can see if you keep having the same type of breakup. Like, every time someone breaks up with you, it's every single person says the same thing. Maybe that's something that you can work on. Maybe that's a lesson that you're going through, okay? So try to pick out where your lessons are so that they can stop reoccurring, because clearly it's a cycle that you have to understand and get. And if you don't get it, you're going to keep entering that same cycle. So just make sure that you're leaving an open mindset and you're saying, okay, about 30 people said the same thing to me. So what is this lesson? What do I need to learn? And once you learn that lesson, it will be a lot easier for you in life. So with these double ones and this 0, it's saying that you're beginning a new cycle in your life. Life as you know it is changing. And this is really good. A lot of people get really scared about change. I totally understand it, especially if your life is going great. You're like, why does anything need to be changed? Like, I totally get it. Been there, done that. Honestly, sometimes I don't want to go back, but I do. And it is so refreshing when you go through that breakthrough stage and you're like, wow, I understand why things had to be changed, because they weren't as perfect as they seemed before, although I was very, very grateful for it. And as I should be, when things are ready to change, I'm ready to grow. And that is a good, positive thing. You were supposed to constantly grow in your life. There's this saying about how if you're around a person or you choose to love someone in your life, you're going to have to love them all over again because people are constantly changing. And that is the truth. If people are not constantly changing, there is a serious problem, because life, literally every day, there is changes. So I don't really understand how someone can live their whole life and not change, you know? So make sure that you are accepting this change and saying, I give gratitude that I'm capable of seeing newness in my life, freshness in my life. And I'm even more happy that God and the divine chose me to take a step forward in life, because I know that this is a blessing. And I know that if I am taking this next step, Source is pushing me divinely towards this next step. And that is a huge blessing, guys. It really is. Now, I want to let you know that you're not going to have all the answers in this change or this new scenery that's happening in your life. You're not going to have all the answers, and that is okay. You're not going to be able to know how the wind is going to blow every day, and that's okay. Everything's not supposed to be whatever we think perfect is, because perfect is never really perfect anyway. There's always going to be flaws in something. There's always going to be something that makes you feel uncomfortable, but just know that this is bringing you closer to your higher self and your most divine self, and bringing you closer to divinity. Now, through this change in your life, 1010 is saying remain positive, keep an open mindset, don't be closed-minded, because things are going to look a little weird. They're going to look a little weird, okay? You're going to start to look a little weird. As in, you're going to be like, I don't recognize who I am. It's okay. Go with the flow. Let the flow guide you to divinity, because that is exactly where you're going. You're going closer to higher vibes. You're going closer to true joy, fulfillment, and happiness. So it's going to be a wild ride, okay? It's going to be a wild ride, but enjoy it. Make it exciting. Remain positive. Know that life is beautiful. And definitely, if there's ever a problem, know that there are twice as many solutions. I mean, more than even twice as many solutions. There's always many solutions versus one problem, okay? So if you have one problem, you got many solutions that could fix it. But if you're closed-minded, you're just going to see the problem and not be able to see the bigger picture of the solution and how the solution could bring more light into your life. And remember, always remember that you are being divinely guided, especially if you're seeing this number. The divine wanted you to see this number. It is not just a number that you just see, especially if you're seeing it multiple times, or if it stopped your day, stopped you in that moment. You are being divinely guided. And that's even more reason why you should trust, because think of a time where you were divinely guided, where God sent you a message, and then a few weeks later came through. Just think about that. And wasn't it amazing? Didn't it feel great? Didn't you feel it in your belly and your heart, and you just felt warm? Think about that feeling and know that abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, fulfillment is coming to you. Peace is coming to you. And also remember that if you want to connect to the divine, peace and quiet is very imperative for growth and being able to listen. And that if you feel stagnant or you feel stuck, or if you even have a creative blockage, know that quiet can bring answers. Quiet can bring ideas. Quiet can bring movement. At this time, you definitely want to restore the balance in your life. You want to really enter into yourself so that you can hear the divine, hear your spirit guides, hear your angels, hear your passed on loved ones, so that they can send you messages and guide you, okay? Don't be closed-minded. The moment that you're closed-minded will be when you get that creative blockage or when you feel stagnant. So be open-minded. Explore new things. And one of the most important things I also think for angel number 1010 is the balance in like home and work life. Sometimes we get this great idea and we want to work on it, and we're like typing away, and then we forget to go to our family member's graduation, or we don't call our aunt in the hospital, or whatever it is. I mean, we get in situations where we really just dive into stuff, and we really have to ask ourselves, why are we doing that? Is it because we're stressed out? Are we working so much because we're stressed out and we don't want to think about our emotions and our feelings? Is that why? Because a lot of the time when you do things excessive, there is a reason for it. If you have an addiction, there's a reason for it. What's that reasoning? So that you can confront the base of the problem and figure out your many solutions. I even think not just with work, but home life. Let's say that you do work from home, but you're constantly giving your family all of your attention and not getting any work done. That is kind of just as bad as working all the time. You have to restore the balance so that each thing in your life feels important and each thing in your life is getting proper attention. And I think this leads me to reminding you guys to get organized. Set time for everything that's going on in your life. If you know that you have to do certain things, make sure they're done before their deadline so that you're not in a crunch. And I know this is going to be difficult for some of you who are parents or people who are working and going to school and have families that they have to give attention to at home, but that's even more reason to get organized. That's even more reason to set aside time for each thing. You have to get organized in life so that your goals are being completed and people feel loved in your life and you're giving attention to the people that you love. You know, you have to set that balance. And sometimes just meditation can help with restoring that balance. And make sure that if you're staying in your room all day, you're also going to communicate with other people. We are social beings. We do need to communicate with other people. If you're an empath, I have a video about grounding yourself and stuff that you can check out so that you feel more available to being around people. But overall, just restore the balance and get organized in your life. Set time aside for each thing that's going on in your life. And another thing I want to get into, and this is probably going to be the last thing, this is the pretty much the last thing, is that sometimes we are scared of something or we have fear about something. Maybe we don't think that we're capable of something. And I'll just give you an example. So let's say that you're a writer and you need to get this book done by next week. And you've been working on it for a year, but your deadline is next week. You're getting nervous, your nerves are building up, you're starting to feel like you're an imposter and like you're not really a book writer. You're like, I don't even have my PhD. Like, what do I think I'm gonna do? Write a book? Like that's not possible for a person without a PhD. I don't even like my publishing company. Like you're basically not believing in yourself and you're coming up with all of these other excuses. Oh, hey, Stephanie's outside. Let me go talk to her. Knowing you got this book done next week, you gotta have this book done by next week. And then you're like, oh, I gotta wash the dishes right now, even though there's 2 dishes in the sink. Like, oh, I gotta cook this right now. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, calm down. I've been there. I really have, where I felt this imposter syndrome. Like, I can't do this because I don't have credentials. Okay, credentials are just paper sometimes. So guys, don't be too hard on yourself. Just get the job done. Get the job done. Let yourself be great. Even though you feel like you're an imposter sometimes, tell yourself that you're not. Tell yourself that you're capable, that this idea was divinely given to you, handed to you, that this is part of your destiny. Those are the things that you should be telling yourself when you're trying to do things and you're trying to move forward in life. You should be telling yourself that you're capable and that you deserve this and that you worked hard for it. So that does make you capable of it. That does make you have credentials at that point because you're putting your love and passion into that. So believe in yourself, guys. Really, 10-10 is overall saying believe in yourself. Things are going to be a little rocky, but you got this. You're destined for this. And you are blessed. The divine is working right beside you, right behind you, all around you. And you should know that. And I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to get into in this video. It's already a little long anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can check out some of my other angel number videos. And I have a lot of other stuff on this YouTube channel. You could also check out my website, LenaMysticOracle.com. I have blogs, clothing on there with angel numbers, and all types of stuff, guys. Really, really. And you can sign up for my email list as well. And that will let you know if I'm in your area or not. I am going to different states, visiting them. And you could buy crystals from me, or you could just meet me. We could talk. I'm thinking about doing workshops too. But yeah, I want to get to know you guys. I love you guys so much. You're part of my family. And I'll be seeing you very, very soon. Make sure you go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you in another video. See ya.